Hey Double O's, it's Blake over at Bond Life Chicago with another Double O fight breakdown. Today on Her Majesty's Secret Service, Bond versus Draco's three henchmen when they're bringing him to meet Drago. So I think this one's pretty awesome. As I've said in previous Lazenby ones, he's got a lot of actual martial arts experience with Kung Fu, and he does a really good job. This is a realistic fight with a lot of realistic Kung Fu strikes that it's very well shot. It's a small little spot. Bond's got a gun drawn on him at the beginning. He gets a knife drawn on him in the middle of the fight. And he's got three henchmen, so he's outnumbered. But realistically, because of Lazenby's actual experience, they're able to shoot a pretty good fight scene that looks really realistic. Lazenby is able to do actual moves that flow together to make it pretty realistic, like an actual martial arts practitioner would do to defend themselves. And I think it makes for an awesome, awesome scene. So with that set in mind, let's get into it. Like I said, Bond's got three henchmen with him, and he's got one that's got his gun drawn on him already. So they're walking him through, they're getting to the door, and just to kind of lay the land out, it's a little bit of a smaller hallway. The door's here. One henchman is opening the door. There's another henchman to Bond's left, and then there is a third henchman that's got his gun drawn on Bond that's like slightly behind him to the right. And you even see right before they get to the door, Bond's kind of looking around a little bit, sizing him up, kind of thinking where he could potentially have an avenue for an escape to defend himself. Because, of course, as we've said in previous ones, having a gun drawn on you already puts you in a pretty bad place. You're already pretty at danger, and realistically, you don't have a lot you can even do to defend yourself from there. But the guy with the gun drawn on him gets kind of close to him from behind, and Bond does a good job as that door's opening. Now he's got a little bit more escape because you can't really run down an entire hallway. Three henchmen are going to get you or shoot you, but that doorway might lead to an opportunity to get out. So as that door is swishing open, Bond does a really good job. He does a back elbow to the abdomen of the henchman with the gun drawn on him, and straight from that, he uses that almost as a cock-up motion, and he throws a punch to the face of the henchman to his left, and then he comes back around again and he throws a downward elbow to the back of the neck. That would be a pretty debilitating blow to most people already. He throws a downward elbow to the henchman's back of his neck, knocking that henchman down there. Now, like I said, now a knife is drawn on him from the henchman that's opening the door from in front of him, and Bond sees that. He does a good job of turning and doing a side kick to that henchman's chest. He kind of gets knocked back into the door frame. Bond does a uppercut punch to that same henchman, and then he does a really good job. He jumps on that arm and is isolating the arm and the hand that has the knife so that it can't slash at him or attack him. And he's isolating it here. He does what I would consider to be more of a judo type toss, but he flips him here, which is ultimately just rotating the shoulder, making the body have to go down. Otherwise, that shoulder is going to become dislocated. So he rotates him, kind of does a shoulder toss into the other two henchmen, knocking them down. But at the same time, as he's doing that, because he had the wrist and the hand with the knife isolated, he's actually able to take the knife away. And then as he's turning to the door, one of the other henchmen gets up, and Bond's able to do a good, basically, like I call it a donkey kick, but really it's a back kick, and he just kicks him backwards here in the chest. He's able to get into that doorway, turn around, lock it, and now he's escaped those three henchmen. And like I said, he does a pretty good job of flowing through some actual Kung Fu, actual martial arts moves to do that. And then, of course, he turns, he meets Drago. Please don't kill me, Mr. Bond. And he throws the knife, of course, just barely missing the actual date, the 13th, but that's because he's superstitious. As always, if you guys are serious about martial arts and self-defense, please find a local gym in your area. Find a martial arts that works for you. It's a great way to stay safe, a great way to stay fit, and a great way to bring a little bit of Bond into your everyday life. Hope you guys liked this one. See you next time.